15. Redskins have turned it over just once. And that was early. Irvin's a yard and a half. Boy, he had 66 yards at one point in the first half, and he's now got 64 on 21 carries.
And we go back to that summary that we had, and we saw the time of possession. Coming into today's game, the Eagles were number 2 in the NFL in time of possession. And that's really remarkable when you have absolutely no rushing attack. It's strictly attributable to this Eagle defense.
And they are being called upon now. Rutledge, Art Monk, his second catch. Short of the first down, and no flag as Mike Golick made the late contact and then quickly looked like a wrestler making a tag. The hands came up immediately.
Yeah, he was into a halfway body slam there.
Art Monk's second catch gives him 798 for his career.
I remember when Charlie Joyner became the all-time leading pass receiver when I played with him in San Diego, and everybody on the team felt so happy for him because he's such a class guy. It reminds me a lot of Art Monk and his situation with the Redskins.
3rd and 4, 10:35 to go. Monk in motion, left side. And that is an incomplete pass. Philadelphia has held. Jeff Kemp just engineered a 13-play drive. And his team is about to get the ball back. Kelly Goodburn on the punt. Rod Harris, who can be an adventure in returning punts, waits for it at the 39. Good snap from John Brandis. Rod Harris at the 30. Down to the 37. 10 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the season for the Philadelphia Eagles. They would like to end it on an up note. They trail by 5. We were away, and during a lengthy debate, it was determined that the Redskins, the kicking team, had a man go off the field of play and not come immediately back on the field of play. As Dale Hamer explained it, that's a 15-yard penalty against the kicking team. Will be 4th down over. So this time, back from the 11, Kelly Goodburn will punt. High snap from Brandis, blocked. Otis Smith with a block, picked up by Monty Coleman. Otis Smith was right in Goodburn's face. And what a game he's having. Robert Drummond with the tackle, but it was number 30 with the block. There he is.
And vindication for special teams coach Dave Atkins, who's had a rough year. From the right side of the screen, here's Otis, and he's going to have a lot of company coming right in on the punter. Goodburn comes to Otis. There's the block. Heads up play by Monty Coleman. But watch him. Number 30 even stumbled coming off the line of scrimmage. Not enough block there by Andre Collins. Easy block of the punt by Otis Smith.
And a 1st and goal from the 7. Otis Smith, an interception return for the touchdown, and now a block. Myers makes room where none exists. And Maurice Johnson and Danny Copeland exchange blows, but
Goodburn has had 3 punts blocked this year, 2 against Atlanta in that blowout. But that one there, because of the penalty, you could almost tell the Eagles were going to come after that one.
Again, the high snap from John Brandis didn't help the Redskins.
No, and then it pulls him to the right side, and that's right where Otis Smith is coming from.
2nd and goal, 19-14 Redskins lead. Alexander will snap it. Kemp with time. Touchdown! Maurice Maurice Johnson, who is in motion, his second in as many weeks. And the Philadelphia Eagles have reclaimed the lead.
Now these people have waited a long time to cheer. This is a great throw and catch. First it's Kemp with the protection, the lane to throw through, the catch with the hands, and then the determination to get in the end zone. 2 touchdown passes for Jeff Kemp here in the fourth quarter.
Roger Ruzek to attempt the extra point. What a fourth quarter turnaround for the Philadelphia Eagles. Maurice Johnson's second touchdown catch in 2 weeks.
Well, the key to it is the pass protection. Johnson goes in motion. Nobody goes with him, so it's a zone coverage here. But look at the lane that Kemp can see through. Throws his best pass of the day. And he's really had a tough day, but boy, vindicated.
Severe. Otis Smith, who will be one of the heroes of this game if the Eagles hang on. And Roger Ruzek will kick off. 21-19.
Did you see the tally he had? He had number 26 and number 30 on there. Obviously number 30 is his own number, but 26 is Ben Smith's number, the cornerback, second-year guy who was down with a knee injury.
A knee injury, as a matter of fact, that will keep him out into the 1992 season.
That's really a neat tribute, though, for one player to do that for a fallen comrade.
Urbans and Mitchell will wait in anticipation of receiving Ruzek's kick. 21-19, 9:14 to go. Urbans. Yard return.
The one thing they talk about Jeff Kemp is that he's a competitor and he fights his way through a lot of different situations. He was absolutely miserable in that first half and much of the third quarter, but he's come back. Remember, he missed 12 passes in a row at one time.
2 of 12 in the first half and then missed 2 more. But in the second half, 11 of 18. And 2 touchdowns.
And that interception was a deflected pass when he had a lot of pressure on him.
Eagles threatening the blitz on first down. Rutledge, play fake. A lot of time goes right. Art Monk drops it. Second down.
Well, it appears that Art Monk wants to set that, go over that 800 mark next year. Dropped a couple on us here today.
It'll be 2nd and 10. New Orleans with 1:03 left. Kansas City looks like they might be home next week. Denver hangs on to a 3-point edge. Here the Eagles lead by 2. Rutledge on the rollout. A stop and go pattern for Art Monk. Waters is down there. Monk again can't hang on. It'll be 3rd and 10.
This ball's going to bounce off Art's shoulder. Waters flashes in front, but he didn't get his hand on the ball. Just a difficult attempt for Art Monk on that one.
And a long stroll back to the huddle for a man who's not 23 anymore.
Yeah, when you've caught 797 or 98, you expect him to catch those.
Missed the last 2. Would have given him 800. 7 seconds, less than 9 minutes left. Rutledge. That one is caught. And that is Art Monk, and that gives him $7.99 for his career.
And that was the most difficult of the 3 catches he had to make. Tight coverage by Eric Allen. Ball was well thrown, nice and low on the outside like that. And Art made the sliding catch, picked up the big first down, took this crowd out of it for the meantime.
First and 10. Washington trailing 21-19, 8:13 to go. Seth Joyner.
Thing about Seth Joyner, number 59 here, when you talk to Kotite about him, he says he's a dream player. He prepares hard, he works hard, and he's never satisfied.
Well, we'll give you an update on the New Orleans Saints. They have won it, and they are the NFC Western Division champions for the first time in the club history. Again, Rutledge rolling out this time to his right. Art Monk has just caught his 800th pass. What an accomplishment.
And if we go into overtime, he may pass Largent here today. Because Rutledge is picking him out every time. This is 4 in a row now that Rutledge has gone to Monk. It's the deep comeback on the outside, and Rutledge showing off that he still has a lot of zip in his arm with the rollout, trying to get away from that pressure. Art is a physical receiver, 6'3", 210. He pushes Booty aside, makes the catch, and another first down.
Time has been called by the Washington Redskins. And Jeff Rutledge goes over to chat with Joe Gibbs.
Shows you the versatility of the Redskins offense. Here in the fourth quarter, they've not been able to run the ball at all, but they have enough offense with their posse receivers, and in particular Art Monk, to where Gibbs can go away from the running game and feel comfortable and confident that they can pick it up through the air.
Is this a complicated offense that they run?
No, it's not. The complication comes in the different looks that Joe will give you with the lining up of the personnel, jumbo personnel at one time, heavy personnel with the big tight ends, or he can spread them all out with the little wide receivers. It's really the complete package. And then you add those running backs, Biner, Irvins, and Riggs. Joe Gibbs is in good shape heading into these playoffs. Whether they win today or not, doesn't really matter.
They trail right now by 2, but they've got a first down and 10 at their own 40-yard line. 7:02 remaining in the ball. Terry Orr starts in motion. Rutledge, deep left side for Terry Orr. Caught! He's having a terrific year.
I'd say he's having a terrific year. I love his percentage. This is his 10th catch of the year. He has 4 touchdown receptions, but this is not a catch you see H-backs make very often. Stopping it with his right hand, tipping it to himself. Nothing to it for Terry Orr.
For those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS in the game between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm Vern Lundquist and Dan Fouts. Our score 21-19 Philadelphia. 60 Minutes to the scene in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast. And an incomplete attempt into the end zone. Art Monk. Wes Hopkins defending. 21-19 if you did just join us. The Redskins seem to be well in command with a 19-7 lead. But then a 13-play drive was engineered by Jeff Kemp. He found Keith Jackson in the end zone for a touchdown to make it 19-14. On the ensuing series, Kelly Goodburn's punt blocked by Otis Smith. And Maurice Judson caught a short pass from Kemp to put the Eagles on top. Now, Washington driving. Second down. Art Monk has 801.
and you hear coaches talk about, well, we need our special teams to play big. Our defense has to play well in our offense. Well, Richie Kotite has a touchdown from his defense on Otis Smith's interception. They get the block punt by Otis Smith that sets up a touchdown and that nice 13-play drive. So for Kotite, all three phases of his team are finally getting going.
5:54 to go. Washington trying to go 15-1 and become the third team in league history to do so in regular season. Flags are down. They'll bring the play back and start it over.
Full start. Prior to the snap, number 85. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Don Warren.
And Gibbs has done some substituting along that offensive line. Mark Addix is taking Lachey's spot. Of course, Mark will never, ever live down his one attempt at a touchdown reception in the first half when he let one go right through the old breadbasket. That's where he belongs.
Third down. Rutledge. That's overthrown and complete. Intended for Monk. And it'll be fourth down, and we will see Chip Lohmiller. He is 4 for 4 today. And this could give the Redskins the lead once again.
And he loves kicking off of artificial surface, as do all kickers. There's another long distance shot coming up. Looks like it's going to be about from 49.
Twice from 47 today. Rutledge will hold. This would give the Redskins the lead yet again. Nope. .5:21 remaining in regulation play. Eagles by 2. Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Site of an NFL game for the last time in 1991. The Eagles have come from behind. They lead by 2. Trying to go 10-6 for the year. That guy first saw a game here in Philadelphia when Chuck Bednarik and Pete Pihos were playing.
It's Jim McMahon.
First and 10.
Sunglasses on.
Yeah. Barnett is in motion. Myers drops it. A.J. Johnson tries to pick it up. Out of bounds. Eagles ball. Whoa.
Just like being at the county fair, Vern, the old grease pig contest here. Believe me, I know what this is like. I fumbled enough to know that this ball is hard to get at times. Johnson's got clear sailing right now if he can only pick it up. Of course, all his buddies aren't helping him much. Again, it's a mistake on a handoff between Kemp and one of his running backs. And poor A.J. Johnson, he's got no chance at all with those hands. It's amazing. I wonder if he eats with those hands.
That's why they call it an oblate spheroid, or oblate spheroid, right? Kemp, whatever that is, almost picked off. Well, the Eagles are leading here. The Saints have won. Let's go back to Greg Gumbel.
All right, Vern, these are the happy New Orleans Saints in their locker room in Sunday.
It was a struggle since they were 9-1.
And look out Bourbon Street.
Yes.
But they hung in there. And that battle next week against Atlanta in the Superdome, oh, what a scene that'll be.
Richie Kotite looks on. His team leading by 2. They're going to have to call timeout. The play clock is down to 1. And they call timeout with 4:48 remaining in the ball game.
The end of that fumble by Byers that Johnson couldn't pick up. Kemp made the play by knocking it out of bounds.
Detroit wins today. That means Chicago must win tomorrow night to win the division championship. The Jets are in the playoffs. Miami is out. Tampa Bay means Indianapolis gets the first pick and the 4th. Pittsburgh wins. Will Chuck Noll be back? Cincinnati defeats New England. Will Sam Weiss be back? New Orleans beats Phoenix. Jim Mora will be back. And Kansas City will host the Raiders in the playoff next week. That is a wild card spot.
And lose. The Raiders not only lose the game, but they lose that home field advantage.
And the Denver Broncos, because the Giants gave them some help yesterday, get a week off and a home playoff game. And what a turnaround for the Denver Broncos this season. 3rd and 22. Joseph. Darrell Green makes first contact. Wilbur Marshall helps out. And it'll be 4th down with 4:36 to go in the game. Brian Mitchell back to return it. So the Saints are at home. Dallas will travel to either Chicago or Detroit, depending on which of those two is the wild card and which the division champion. And that's a short punt taken by Mitchell on the run at the 40. It's out of bounds at the Eagle 44-yard line. Jeff Beagles, not his best effort. And right now, let's go back to our New York studios once again.
And who better to play against than the Raiders?
Right.
They had so many great playoff battles in Kansas City at the old stadium.
Fans are calling on their #1 defense to hold out the Redskins. Now here's Rutledge. Deep left side for Clark. Caught! Eric Allen slipped. Gary Clark is down at the 9.
Well, Rutledge must have gone over and talked to Gary Clark and said, hey, listen, I know I haven't thrown you a ball all afternoon. Why don't you see what you can do on the deep corner route? Perfect pass by Rutledge. Leads Clark. He doesn't lose stride. He even gets tripped up. But his determination, which he's so famous for, his toughness, the concentration to make this grab and hang on as he hits the turf. Great play.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Redskins trail by 2. 3:29 to go. Monk in motion. Ricky Irvins dropped at the 10.
When you talk to Eric Allen about the posse, how do you prepare for 3 great and totally different type of receivers? He says that with Art Monk, you got to be aware that he's going to be very physical with you. With Gary Clark, you can never give up on him because he's so determined. And now with Ricky Sanders, you got to play off him because he's got great speed.
Allen's up on the line right now on the left side of your screen. 2nd down and goal. Rutledge straight drop back, kicked and dropped. Jerome Brown got his hand up. Playing with sore ribs. He was hurting yesterday. But what a season he's had.
Very unique to have as many tackles as Jerome Brown has because he plays where all the action is, but also where everybody's blocking him. It's almost impossible to block him one-on-one. He came into the game with 124 tackles. That's an unheard of number for a defensive tackle.
3rd and goal from the 10. Rutledge, Reggie White. That is the 3rd sack. And it's the 9th given up this season. The first time this year that the Redskin offense has given up 3 sacks in a game.
Here he is at the bottom of the screen here, number 92. And he's working against Donnie Warren this time, and that's just a real mismatch. Warren is a great blocker for a tight end. But he's not going to win that battle against number 92 very often.
And the Eagles almost giving the Redskins the go-ahead field goal, immediately call timeout to stop the clock with 2:38 remaining. They will have 1 timeout left plus the 2-minute warning. Gary Clark. He's fiery. And there's no telling who that anger is directed at. But it is being directed.
And nobody's really listening either.
Actually, it's not being directed. It's kind of scattershot. Here's Lohmiller. He's 4 of 5 for the day to reclaim a Redskin lead. Got it. 35 yards out. Gary Clark doesn't appear to want to celebrate. But the Redskins are up by 1, 22-21. The Denver Broncos, a 5th place finish last year, division champs now. Back to Greg Gilbert. Redskins are 234 away from going 15-1. Interesting in talking with Joe Gibbs last night about who the Redskins would like to face in their first game at home. And I think we both got a sense of one team they don't want to play again.
I don't think he wants to see the Dallas Cowboys at home or anywhere. But, you know, knowing Joe, we said, well, how about Atlanta? No, don't want to play them because we beat them badly.
Right.
What about Detroit? No, we don't want to play them because we killed them, although they didn't have Barry Sanders. It's not easy getting information out of Joe Gibbs.
Ball at the 35. Jeff Kemp getting some words of advice from Randall Cunningham. Randall, who says that his rehabilitation is coming along nicely. There were even rumors floating around this town that had the Eagles qualified for the playoffs, he was going to try and talk his way back into the lineup. Not.
He's an expensive cheerleader right now.
Yeah, that's right. And will remain so until next year. Roy Green at the 21-yard line.
One thing Jeff Kemp told us yesterday when I asked him, what is his grasp of the offense now? Where is he as far as being with the Eagles? This is the toughest part to learn is the 2-minute offense, but he finally feels comfortable with it, that he has a grasp and that there won't be the mistakes that he had last week against Dallas. But this is a tough time for a quarterback coming to a new system and a new team, getting used to the audibles, getting used to the different reads, and hurrying the team up to the line of scrimmage each time.
2:26 to go, 1 timeout left plus the 2-minute warning. And the Redskins lead by 1. Kemp, caught, 33. Fred Barnett with the grab. And the Eagles a little slow getting up to the line of scrimmage. We'll get one more play before the 2-minute warning. Kemp goes left side, incomplete. Byers well covered there by A.J. Johnson. And we are at the 2-minute warning. Redskins have come back to claim a 1-point edge, 22-21.
It's it, and that's that.
Put the Eagles on top. He has had a terrific season. 22-21 right now with 1:59 to go. Philadelphia 1 timeout and a 2nd down and 10 at their own 33-yard line. 4-man rush by Washington. Kemp right side. Caught by Barnett, but that doesn't do them any good at all. And it'll be 3rd down.
And he only has 1 timeout to work with. This is the most important 3rd down conversion of the year for the Eagles. They haven't been real successful in this area.
At the 44.
Now you got to wonder, what is Ruzek's range? They need about 12 more yards to get him to around a 47, 48-yarder. His long on the year was 51 yards against the Giants.
Here's Kemp back. That's caught by Byers at the 40. Clock shows 1:02 remaining.
They're not going to use their timeout until they get it within field goal range.
And there is Kemp killing the clock, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. Richie Kotite looking on, hoping that Ruzek can hammer it home and give them their 10th win, and Jim McMahon adding some words of advice. Our game today was produced by Mark Wolf and directed by Larry Cavallina. Our Associate Director, Steve Milton, and our Broadcast Associate, Ken Mack, as they have been all year. The NFL Today produced by Eric Mann and directed by Duke Struck. The senior producer of the NFL on CBS is Ed Gorin, and the executive producer is Ted Shaker. And we also want to give good wishes to Ed Kushner, technical supervisor at our local affiliate WCAU, retiring at the end of the year. 41 years of covering the NFL on CBS. At the 30, Fred Barnett.
And a first down. Now Kemp can kill the clock here with an incomplete.
He does.
What a turnaround for Jeff Kemp and Fred Barnett.
Roy Green comes in. If they chose to kick now, it would be a 47-yarder. Do they want to get it a little closer?
Oh, absolutely. They'd like to get it all the way in the end zone. And watch for the Redskins now to come with a blitz to try and sack Kemp, to push Ruzek out of his range, or at least to the very edge of it.
.35 seconds remaining. Redskins hoping to go 15-1. Eagles trying to end the season at 10-6. Kemp across the middle, fires with the catch. Forward progress at the 22-yard line. Clock at 24. They can hurry up and kill the clock.
This would make it about a 38-yarder. And now the clock is stopped by the officials.
And it has been a Philadelphia timeout. The Eagles use their final timeout. 60 minutes coming up at the conclusion of the ball game. Jeff Kemp, Fred Barnett, Roger Ruzek for the season, 27-32. Eagles will hold. John Hudson is the center.
This is a great finish for a very unusual year for the Eagles.
38 yards out. Ruzek has missed just one from between the 30 and 40 this season.
Hit it right in the heart, too. There was no doubt about it. Once it was airborne, right in the middle, plenty of distance, and the Eagles will win 10 games this year, making it the 4th year in a row they've won at least 10. Well, when you hit it sweet, as Ruzek does, there's no doubt.
Eagles wanted to end this season on an up note. Richie Kotite saying yesterday, there is a world of difference between 9-7 and 10-6. And even though they are out of the playoffs, for Richie Kotite, a pretty decent first season.
And how sweet it is beating the Skins, taking away their sack record. They got it all today.
For Joe Gibbs and the Washington Redskins, it means they've lost the chance to post the best record in club history. They will equal the previous best with the team, 14-2.
But you know what? They're still the best team in football,
yes,
and they will go a long way in the playoffs. This game, losing it, will probably help them more than if they had won the ball game.
Brian Mitchell chases the free kick down. Touchback, 13 seconds to go in the ball game.
This makes Gibbs' job of motivation and preparation all the much easier, especially with a week off now, to get everybody healthy and to have them forget about this one. And really a super year for the Eagles. 3-5, losing their star quarterback first play of the second quarter this year in the first game, and having Kemp, their sixth guy, come through with a big fourth quarter.
Final 13 seconds of the ball game. Well, you think back now, Seth Joyner saying to us yesterday, if only we could have back the Tampa Bay game.
Up by 13 with 5 minutes to go to Tampa Bay.
Rutledge. Seconds left. John Moody knocks it down. Playing in place of the suspended Izell Jenkins.
Well, the one thing that Gibbs was afraid of coming into the game was injuries. We saw Martin Mayhew get knocked out, but he did go off the field under his own power. He appeared to be the only serious Redskin that was injured, unless you include Joe Jacoby's little finger.
Roger Ruzak might have been a Pro Bowl aspirant. He was an aspirant. Should have perhaps have won that on. Lohmiller got it. And here's what should be the final play of the game. Rutledge. Incomplete.
My partner is ex-Washington Redskins offensive line.